Hi guys, I think we're going to need a bigger boat when it comes to Fool of the Week, because Tory MP Lucy Frazer started out this interview with Iain Dale by dismissing the idea of having an inquiry into knife crime because the answer to the problem was simple. When asked what that answer was, well, she descended into an incoherent word salad. Now, why would a Tory be against the idea of an inquiry into crime in general or knife crime in particular?
And you know immediately what the answers to these problems are. You don't need to do an inquiry in order to find out what the answers are. And so I think...
What are they?
Well, I'm sure that there are... Just doing one bit of legislation that you can announce and say is changing, as you've just mentioned, the Prime Minister has said isn't enough. What you need to have is people who are working in these sectors, who are well-resourced, who are following procedures, and you need to look very closely at all these things.
But if it was that simple, it would have all been solved under your government.
We did invest in Prevent, but obviously there were issues within it.
Okay. So first of all, she says you don't need an inquiry. There are simple answers to this issue. What are the simple answers? Word salad. Did anyone actually understand what she meant there? Because she talked about legislation, she talked about resources, and then finally she was asked about, well, resources. Did your government invest the resources necessary? And she tried to dodge it. Well, obviously she doesn't want an inquiry because we know what the result of that inquiry would be. It would be that certain departments, certain organisations did not receive the funding necessary to do their job. And who is responsible for that? The Conservatives are obviously responsible for that. When it came to policing, we saw a number of police stations closed down while the Conservatives were in charge. What impact do you think that had on the communities that they were supposed to be policing? So you had a lack of cooperation between the police and communities, which could identify problems like this, and then you had a lack of resources into organisations which were supposed to stop this type of thing happening in the first place. And who was responsible? Well, the Conservatives decided, let's cut funding for the police, let's not invest in enough resources for the security forces, and let's cut back on public services. So of course things like this is going to happen. Now, is Lucy Frazer and our government responsible for that particular attack? No, but they were responsible for the lack of resources going in to stop things like this. Of course she doesn't want an inquiry, because it would paint a picture of a government refusing to invest the resources necessary to stop it in the first place. These people are now crying crocodile tears how much they care about the victims, care about justice being served. But in reality, they could have invested necessary resources to stop it, but decided, actually, we don't want to do that. That's against our ideology. We just want to funnel money into the pockets of the rich, because that's what we exist to do. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.